Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live in week 13 of NFL is currently going on. But of course, we already had three Thanksgiving games and a Black Friday game this week. So four games had been completed entering today. One of those was the Detroit Lions, who moved to 11-1 with their victory over the Chicago Bears. Of course, crazy ending where the Bears let so much time off the clock before throwing up a prayer to end the game with a timeout in hand. Matt Eberflus got fired as the head coach, but the Lions, who really should have won that game by a lot more, still found a way to win, and they've been finding ways to win even after star edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson went down with an injury, maybe can come back for the Super Bowl. But the injuries have continued to pile up on the defensive end, and even though the Lions keep winning, eventually it is going to test their depth, and they're going with some notable names to take the place of some of their injured guys, although their best play hasn't been seen in recent years. This was announced today. This is via ESPN. Veteran safety Jamal Adams signing with the Lions. Agent says three-time Pro Bowler with the Jets. Of course, the Jets traded him to the Seattle Seahawks for two first-round picks. Trade definitely didn't pan out for Seattle, as he just had one productive season with them. But three-time Pro Bowl safety Jamal Adams signing with the Detroit Lions. His agent Kevin Connor told ESPN's Adam Schefter on Sunday. Adams will start on the practice squad with the expectation he will eventually be elevated to the Lions' 53-man roster. Titans released Adams in October, honoring the request he made to the team. As you say, mentions that he played just 20 snaps in three games, including two against the Jets in week 2. Former 6th overall pick. Actually set the record for most sacks in a season by a defensive back in his first season with Seattle, 9.5. That came in, I want to say 2020, but hasn't had a sack since. Incredible. This was from a few days ago. Sorry about the ads. But anyhow, Lions to sign Kwon Alexander off Broncos practice squad. This was from 2 days ago. So Malcolm Rodriguez, yes, the linebacker, ACL tear, out for the season. So Kwon Alexander, a former Pro Bowler, albeit in this via what website is this? Pro Football Rumors. It was 7 seasons ago, 2017, while he was with Tampa Bay. He's just had so many injuries throughout his career. 2023 ended with an Achilles tear, 30 years old. Really, the only relatively healthy season he's had in a while was with the Jets, I believe, back in 2021 or 2022. But the Lions hoping either one of these deals can pan out. We take a look. So I mentioned Alexander is 30. Adams still just 29, and he recently just turned it. But again, been a while since his Pro Bowl seasons. Made 3 in a row from 2018 to 2020. Was a first-team All-Pro in 2019. We see those 9.5 sacks with Seattle and 9.5. Again, setting a new record for defensive backs. Even had 6.5 the season before that with the Jets. 21.5 in his career, but none over the last 4 seasons. Again, barely played for the Titans this year. So Lions hoping that they could get something out of him. Lions, as I mentioned, ton of defensive injuries, not necessarily at safety though, although we have seen Adams in that hybrid linebacker role in the past. But Kwon Alexander, definitely a piece that has been brought in due to the injury to Malcolm Rodriguez. There are other guys that are currently on injured reserve. Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, all on injured reserve at linebacker. So the depth is really being put into the Lions are in a tough situation with their linebacker depth really being depleted. So they're hoping Kwon Alexander could provide something there as the Lions look to get that number one overall seed in the NFC playoffs with 5 games remaining. Can Aaron Glenn, defensive coordinator, get something out of either of these players? Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.